Hi YouTube, today we're going to do a whole frozen chicken in the Instant Pot. So this is pretty easy. The first thing you're going to do is put in your trivet. This should have come with your Instant Pot. Next I have a cup of chicken broth. You could use water. I have my whole chicken. Now this is 3.75 pounds. So we'll just say 4 pounds, and we're just going to put that right in there, breast side up. Maybe, yep, there we go. And I have 1 onion cut up roughly. And 2 cloves of garlic, which I'm just going to cut into chunks as well. Just put them right in the pot. They'll flavor that up. And I'm going to also flavor with a little bit of rosemary and salt and pepper. Okay, so that's it. You're now going to put your lid on and turn this to close the valve, and you want it on manual for 40 minutes. And in 40 minutes I'll bring you back. Okay, so the pin has dropped, and you do want a minimum of 15 minutes of no pressure release, which means you're going to leave your vent closed for a minimum of 15 minutes. You can leave it right till it drops. Your chicken shouldn't dry out then. So we're going to open the pot up. It's looking good. I think I'm going to brown it a little bit under the broiler. So I'm just going to grab a pan here and some tongs, and let's hope for the best. Oh, my legs are falling off here. Yep. All right, well, we know it's cooked, but that's quite all right. So I'll just put that right in a pan and broil that up. So I'm just going to put that under the broiler for maybe, well, I'm going to put it under there for the amount of time it takes to cook the potatoes. I'm going to take my rack out. And I'm just going to fish out some of these onions. And any of the little pieces that are left over there. Probably use a different tool, and this would be much easier. Let me just find my slotted spoon. If anybody has a drum drawer like mine, it's a disaster 100% of the time. Okay. So I'm just going to take those onions out of there because I want to cook my potatoes in there. So, and I'm going to make some asparagus with my dinner, so I'm also going to throw that under the broiler for a couple of minutes. Just because it's fast and easy. And I'm not going to cook it in that. I've just changed my mind right now because I think I've decided I'm going to make some gravy. So because I want to do my potatoes still in here, I'm going to take this out and strain off the liquid. There we go. I'm going to turn my pot off, and I'm going to add a cup of chicken stock to go with my potatoes. Sorry, just a second here. So I have enough potatoes for 2. Actually, I probably have more than that because I wanted leftovers. But you're going to put as many potatoes as your family will need or want. And I'm going to put a cup of chicken stock in there. actually going to put 1.5 cups because that's what I have left over. So we'll just dump that in. And we're going to put our pot on, or our lid on, and we're going to put this on manual for 4 minutes. And then while the 4 minutes is going, we're going to quick release when this is done, which means you're not going to wait. As soon as it beeps, you're going to flick that over. And in the meantime, I'm going to put my chicken under the broiler to get brown. I'm going to make up some gravy on the stovetop, and I'm going to put my asparagus in the oven to also cook up. So just in case you're not familiar with gravy, so this is the liquid that came off my chicken. I did not do anything to it. I put it in a container. I then put it into this pot. I turned my oven up high. You want it pretty hot because you want this to start to boil fairly quickly. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and we're just going to whisk that in there, and that should make a nice gravy. I just mixed it with a couple tablespoons of cold water. You want cold if you're using cornstarch. And we're just going to whisk that up. And it's going to get thick pretty quickly if it's hot. And if it's not the consistency you want, you can thin it out with water, or if it's too thin, you can add more cornstarch. Now it's probably going to need a little bit of salt and pepper. So this is just some pink Himalayan salt and some black pepper. But you can use whatever you have, or if you don't like the salt or pepper taste, don't add it. See it? There we go. So that's what it looks like at this point. Just starting to thicken up. It'll boil before you're going to know if it is thick enough or not. Mine's a little bit thin, so I'm going to add another little smidgen of cornstarch. Add that right in there. Oh. Okay, so that is a good consistency for me. I'll show you that here. I'm gonna thicken up a little bit more as it cools too, or not roll and boil. So there you can see that. Okay, so the potatoes are off of pressure now, so I did a quick release. So as soon as it beeped, I flicked this over and let the steam out. And we'll put that away from us so that it doesn't burn us. Now the potatoes are all in the broth still. I'm going to mash them right in that. So I'm going to add probably 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter. And some salt. Get those good and mashed. And I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of cream. You could use milk, you could use whatever you like. You could use a little bit of cream cheese or regular cheese. Some people use sour cream. You could put mayonnaise. Anything really will work. Okay, so that is Instant Pot mashed potatoes. Really good on a hot day when you don't want to heat up your kitchen.